G'day guys and welcome back to Jans_gaming for another Dokkan battle video. So for today's video we're going to be going through the team building guide to beat the EZA'S for both the TEQ Future Trunks as well as the AGL ZAMASU. Super hype EZA'S, they look to be absolutely amazing. So yeah, definitely want to be smashing these ones out, getting those stones and awakening those units. So we're going to start off with Trunks here. As you can see, the weakness here is time travelers. So category that we do have quite a number of units for, especially now that the Future Saga is starting to get quite a few more buffs. As we scroll through the breakdown here, you can see that super class allies get the massive damage reduction against them here. So you're pretty much gonna, well, not pretty much, you definitely want to be running a full extreme team here if possible. From there, maybe if you need one or two super class units, you could do that, but really you want to be going through here with a full extreme int team ideally. So we'll jump in and we'll have a look at the options because yeah, as you can see there, it's pretty much damage reduction just against superclass units. So in terms of category leaders here, we got the STR Hearts, we got the Int Goku Black, the STR Bojack, and then the STR Trunks and Mai. Honestly, I wouldn't be utilizing any of those units as my lead unless I absolutely had to. Personally, I would be going with a leader skill of the TEQ Zamasu if you do have him. Otherwise, yeah, then if you don't have him, I guess you're forced into using either the STR Hearts or the STR Bojack, really, because as I mentioned, you don't want to be utilizing those super units. And then the Int Goku Black just isn't up to par these days. So looking at the LRs, we're literally just going to look at the extreme class. With that huge damage reduction, it'll be just too much of a mission to beat it with the with the superclass team. So the TEQ Zamasu, as I mentioned, he's going to be my go-to leader here. We do have the triple lead for the 170, but we've also got the 150%. So no matter what team you sort of look at building here, as long as you're going full extreme, he'll be able to really be a powerhouse in here. So from there, DKP, he'll be solid. Definitely won't be too insane, but I mean, you could probably make it work. Same goes for the first form cell with his healing, could be good, but I'd probably avoid that, and I'd probably try to stick to this base of the team with the Zamasus. As you can see, the TEQ, Goku Black, and Zamasu, they're a really good linking partner for the TEQ Fused Zamasu. They share the 5 there, so it's going to really help maximize the power of him, which is definitely, will be a pretty effective way to target that. As we scroll down, if you don't have the TEQ Fused Zamasu, the Int one will perform very, very well. Obviously, he's got that type advantage. That'll be super powerful. We've also got the Int Rose. So a unit that might not usually be absolutely top tier defensively, but because he's going to have that category advantage and the type advantage as well, I actually think he'll be really, really effective here. Yeah, I think that he'll be a really solid option because he can also put out a ton of damage. We've got the Imperfect Cell, a unit that can perform multiple supers. He's got that heal if all falls into the shambles, and that could prove to be very clutch as well. So I'll probably be bringing him along after his EZA. The Int Bojack, who's just solid after his EZA, and a unit that's going to have big bad bosses. So that's going to help us link-wise. The STR Goku Black, I think you'd have to be really struggling to look to bring him in the team. And then the physical perfect cell is, yeah, just not all that much chop. Looking at these AGL units, I don't think any of them would be worth running just because of their type disadvantage. Maybe if you have already EZA'd the AGL Zamasu and you need a defensive option, I guess you could utilize him, but otherwise I'd probably stay away from him there. Up next we move into TEQ, and again, Extreme TEQ TURs, that's not a great deal there to really choose from, so I'd probably continue on filtering through. Garlic Jr., he's got that extreme class support. He's not obviously not going to be a crazy defensive or offensive unit for you, but I think that support could be pretty handy if you are bringing an extremely LR heavy team. As we scroll through, you got this ZAMASU, so he's got the damage reduction, I believe, and he's also got a heal. So that could be a powerful go-to. Because yeah, you can obviously can't use items in EZA'S, so that could be good. And then this Demon King Piccolo here, he does have the Worldwide Chaos support, so could be pretty powerful there as well. Just because, yeah, you obviously want to buff up as many stats as you possibly can. We spoke about Hearts and Bojack as your potential leaders. The STR Rose, if you're not bringing the Int LR, could also be another really good option. And the same goes with Sealers as well, actually. Sealers is a pretty good support unit, and if you're bringing a pretty heroes heavy team, which you could make a full heroes team to defeat this one, he could be really effective. And if you did go that full heroes team, someone like the Robel with the orb changing would be super powerful as well there. So what I'll do is I'll now move over to Dokkan and I'll show you the team that I'm going to be running here. So to start off with the EZA, it looks like this is probably the team that I'm going to go with. As you can see, we've got a ton of type advantage here. We're going to have a big old leader in the TEQ ZAMASU. We've got two really good linking partners for ZAMASU as well, with the Int Rose and the Rose and ZAMASU. As I mentioned, I'm going to float Cell. He's going to be able to perform those multiple supers, hopefully pile up the damage there. And then if we get into trouble, potentially that 30% heal. We got the Bojack just because he's honestly just a really solid EZA. He doesn't do anything crazily well, but he's definitely not bad. And especially with that type advantage, I think he'll work really effectively here. And then I spoke about Garlic Jr. earlier. He's just going to be effective with his ability to support. So yeah, that'll be my team for the first EZA there. So the second EZA we're going to look at here is the AGL ZAMASU. As you can see, the category weakness here is Battle of Fate. I guess we'll call it the translation just didn't come across too fire. But much like the Trunks EZA, you can see here he does have the damage reduction against extreme class units. So you pretty much just don't want to bring any extreme unit. And that is obviously the same all the way through. So let's jump into Battle of Fate and have a look what we've got here. So the advantage of this is that we did just get a brand new leader in the TEQ Blue Goku and Vegeta. They're going to be type neutral here, whereas if you go the STR GT duo, they will have type disadvantage. And then we've also got the physical Super Saiyan 2 Goku. As I mentioned in the last team build, I guess, I am going to be avoiding all extreme class units because it's just not worthwhile running through units that aren't going to be able to really have an impact here. So the Blue Goku and Vegeta are definitely going to be the go-to lead if need be. Any of these units would perform really well. The UI Goku is going to have his dodge. AGL Gohan can get his guard, defensive stacking. Super Saiyan 4 Goku I'd probably avoid just because he can be quite squishy defensively. As we get into TEQ, Jiren and TEQ Goku and Frieza, I guess you could run if you were going to bring a Universal Survival Saga team, but otherwise I don't think they pack enough oomph, especially when you can bring units like the TEQ Orange Piccolo and the TEQ Vegito Blue. Those two are going to be really, really good options. They're going to have their type advantage, can perform super attacks. You're going to be boosting the ki. Definitely very good units to pick up on there. If you go through Int, obviously we don't have full power Goku on Global, but the Int Vegeta and Trunks with that guard could be really solid. Namek Goku could work as well, and then the Godku's got his dodge. So a few options in there. We won't go through STR because you can have that type disadvantage. Then you've got the Z Duo. You've also got the physical Ultimate Gohan, and then also the Super Saiyan 4s could also be pretty good options there. I would probably try stay more towards the TEQ side here though. The AGL TURs, there's probably no one I'd really look at bringing. For TEQ though, you've got the World Tournament Goku, could work really well. If you've already EZA'd Trunks, he could be a really good option as well. You've got orb changing, but you are quite old at this point. Your stats are pretty low. And then you got TEQ Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. He's an EZA from the World Tournament, and he is a slot 3 sort of floating support. So I think he'll be a very wise choice to bring in. And then the TEQ Vegito Blue, could just work really well with his ability to perform multiple super attacks straight off the bat there. As we continue to scroll down, Int, ROF Blues, if you're struggling for options, I guess could be utilised. They definitely wouldn't be my first choice, I don't think. They just don't do enough, and then the rest of those int units don't really have much chop. Same goes for the STR units. As we jump into physical, you've got MVP 17, so as a floating support could work really well with that huge defensive buff that he can give. Got the physical God Coup. I talk about him in every video, pretty much one of my favourite units. He's going to link up real well if you're using the blue Goku and Vegeta as your leads. And then he's also an orb changer, so that's super clutch there too. So looking at the rest of the options there, nothing really standing out. So what I'll do is I'll jump across and show you guys what team I'm going to be running. So as you can see here, this is going to be my team for the EZA. A lot of type advantage there, and then the only type neutral is our leader. I just thought that much better going with the type neutral here with the Blue Goku and Vegeta rather than the STR GT duo. Both will work effectively, but I think this is just going to be the path of least resistance, I guess. We've got Orange Piccolo in here, phenomenally offensive and defensively. As I mentioned, the TEQ Vegito can pour on a bunch of super attacks with huge damage. Godku can link up with the Blue Goku and Vegeta. We got the TEQ Blue Vegito, so he's also going to be able to link up really well with the TEQ base Vegito. So a ton of offense going to come from those two. And then we finish out the team with the TEQ Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. So an EZA that did drop during the World Tournament, so hopefully a lot of you guys do have him. He raises his defense on Super and works well as a slot 3 floater. So let me know your thoughts on the team builds down below. Hopefully you guys are able to replicate something like this to smash these EZAs out and get those stones. So thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to keep up with the content, and hopefully I'll catch you all on the next video.